Every bowl of soup should come with a soup sponge.
Hello, everybody. Princess Barrett here, and we're back at Adam Kidding Lodge because why not?
We're going to Jiko.
Princess wanted Jiko, so here we are.
I love me some Jiko, and they have a special menu for Bear and a new menu item for me, hopefully.
Hopefully. So she baked them a thing for me, just so she had an excuse to come back.
Yep.
But we're gonna go eat.
It's on brand. Be sure to subscribe.
You heard the girl.
Turns out the new soup, even though on the allergy menu does say that it's for people with milk allergies, we did ask, and it does have dairy in it, so do not get that if you have a dairy allergy or you're vegan. My beloved painted wolf. Bear really didn't want me to get this, but I gotta save wolves, you guys. It's important, and it's a beautiful Pinotage. Where else but Jiko, the place that started my love for Pinotage. Oh, so amazing. 5 out of 5 wolves. Now, if we let me get the wine tasting back at Jiko, that would be lovely.
Yes, I fought getting the wine. I always say that if you're on a budget for Disney meals, alcohol is the first thing to skip. A bottle of wine here will run you even price to most of the meals. Painted Wolf, sometimes an exception. That nice, unique Pinotage taste. It's like a full body red wine without being like really dry in the mouth. I do miss this wine. We don't buy it at home on the regular. We find it in the store. It's like a $20, $25 bottle of wine. Oh, worth the price. Outside of here.
They have an Animal Kingdom.
4 out of 5 plus. We have the Kungaloosh Spiced Ale, one of the premium beers that they have here on draft. It smells spicy. And we've had this beer, or I know it's available at Skipper Canteen sometimes, and Tiffin's. But a nice spiced ale to go with some spicy food, as of the spices. Never wrong with that. Now, we weren't able to confirm it's vegan, so unfortunately for me, I'm not sure this is Princess. I'm sure she doesn't mind with her bottle of wine, but take a sip. Ooh, nice deep notes, complex. Definitely taste some like spices in there, but nothing that's gonna like overpower the taste of the beer. It's very well balanced, very drinkable. It's like, I know that it looks very dark and like stouty, but it's still very light. It's somewhere in between like a lager and a stout. 3.5 out of 5 plus.
Our good old friend, the Allergy bread. Nice and warm. Nice and reliable. No earth balance, which is kind of sad. I think I got earth balance at Boma next door. But we do have some olive oil dipping. Cheers. I have yet to find a place that will serve this allergy bread as well as the Yacht Club. The Yacht Club doesn't really have any other food dishes going for it from a vegan perspective except for that roasted garlic. Every time I eat this bread, all I wish for is that roasted garlic from the Yacht Club. It's consistent. 2.5 out of 5 breads. It gives decent bread.
It's funny that even at Signature Diner, they give you like the allergy bread and they still give you like the butter spreading spoon, even though there's no butter. It's just olive oil. I mean, I suppose you could spread it on the bread with, you know, cool thingy. It's possible. You see, it works. It is a standard allergy / gluten-free / vegan roll. It's time to start treating gluten-free people just a little bit better. I know that I make fun of the gluten-free vegan thing, but it's really sad for both parties. Y'all could do better with bread. There are nice sourdoughs you can make that don't include either, like, a little inventive, is all I'm asking. 2 out of 5 plus. Here we have the really special breads. Like when you come to Jiko, they go all out. So you have this Egyptian sesame seed bread, which is just like this big hollow dome of fresh made bread. They definitely do not skimp here. Look at that, nice flaky pieces, tears off in your hand, and you have like goat cheese butter. I don't know any other place on property that sells goat cheese butter. It's like bare lactose friendly, even that. Little pieces in there. It smells wonderful. It's got a nice crisp outside, almost like a fancy toast. But inside it's nice and soft and fresh. Very ready starter sort of thing. Works well. Very makes you want to dance like the Egyptians. 3 out of 5 plus. Then we have this sourdough giraffe bread. Now this is a hunking roll. You can almost just serve me this, and I would just eat this. This thing is almost a meal in and of itself. I feel like I'm going to be dipping this in the soup later. Let's try this also with the goat cheese. Butter. Nice, healthy spread. Oh, this is the way. It's a nice, fluffy, unique roll. It's very, like, dense, but doesn't taste dense in your mouth. It's like eating a cloud. 4 out of 5 plus. As the Prince would say, it gives good bread.
Enjoy.
Thank you. Here we have the new soup in the menu, one of the new items we want to come here and try. It's a butternut and groundnut soup.
Permanent menu.
Or, sorry, sweet potato and groundnut soup, a new permanent menu item. But we asked the server because we were kind of curious because the ingredients didn't really look like they wouldn't be vegan. Even though the menu itself said it didn't have any dairy in it, we're informed that it does. I'm thinking that it's either probably dairy or there's some honey in it somewhere. Looking at like glisten on these carrots here. But just to be safe, I have one single magic pill. As you see, they poured it fresh. Definitely some groundnuts in here. Got some peppers, groundnuts, some carrots. Nice and glistening. Let's try to get some of that. Groundnut, and get some of the carrot in here as well. Nice and shaved. It's very much a sweet and savory soup. Initial bite with the sweet potato is very sweet. The crunch of the groundnuts and the spice of the pepper. The spice is probably like 4 out of 10 on the spice scale. So it's got a significant heat to it. Heat, spice-wise, on that temperature. The temperature is good. Not like scald your mouth hot, but it's still gonna warm you up. It's got a lot of flavor to it. So it's like spice without being heat for heat's sake. It's spice with flavor, which I like. It's a good, nice soup if you're looking for something light to start your dinner. I would give it a solid 4 to 5 claws. If you like exotic soups, you're going to love this soup. Love. Can't have a good soup, fancy or not, without taking a piece of bread and dipping it in the soup. And take this giraffe bread. Every bowl of soup should come with a soup sponge, aka bread. It's good. Doesn't improve either anyway, but they're both pretty good.
Hello, our beautiful Injera basket. Now, a couple of things have changed since the last time we came here and got the Injera basket, and that's because it's seasonal. So the lentils are the same, this stew is the same, and this wat is the same. Everything else is different. This one I think is the same as well, the harissa with the rose water. The injera is mixed with sourdough. That's why it looks more like pancakey than injera that you would get at some of the other local Ethiopian restaurants. I'm gonna start with my favorite thing that I had last time. I'm just gonna get a smaller piece here. and that is this lentils. Lentils are very high in protein. If you ask vegans where they get their protein, this is one of several things that we eat on the regular if we don't eat all meats. Seasoned beautifully. Almost tastes like a rice pilaf or like a jollof rice type style. Top tier delicious. I wish I could cook my lentils as good as this. 5 out of 5 lentils. Must have in your life.
We have here, what I've joked about before is basically Injera tacos. Because all foods are just remixes of the same things with different spices. I prefer the different spices. Nice seasoned rice. I love the injera here. It's not like the authentic injera that I'm used to at some Ethiopian restaurants, but it's a nice starter injera if you haven't had it. Normally, you do eat injera with like your hands and you use that to pick up your food. There's really no wrong way if you want to use a fork. There's no shame in that. But it's good food, and I think you should try it. It's definitely a solid 4 out of 5 plus.
Next, we're gonna do the stew here. This is one I would probably eat with utensils if I ran out of injera and couldn't get more. It almost tastes like a curry, like a lightly seasoned curry. Very delicious. Very on point. Not my favorite thing on this plate, but I would give this one a 3.5 out of 5 stews. It's stupendous.
Get in there. Connect with your food, as they say. Nice healthy bite. You're definitely getting the stronger seasonings. The curry is very powerful. It's the first that you get. You're definitely getting a stew feeling from there. It's nice and hearty. It's almost like an appetizer inside of an entree. I like it. Give that 3.5 out of 5 claws. You need to like curry. If you do not like curry flavors, you might not like that one.
This is the last of our old friends, this trumpet mushroom walt. I'm not a mushroom person. I'm gonna get 2 of these little pieces here, and may the walt be with me. Is it seasoned very well? Yes. Is the texture a little weird for me? Yes. Will I eat this whole thing? Probably gonna feed it to Bear, and he's just gonna eat it because that's what he does. If you like mushrooms, you're gonna love this. For me, it's like a 2.5 out of 5 mushrooms. It's just not my jam. It's too mushroomy. Too mushroom forward.
I will say, if you are you're on a meat-based diet. I'm not taking anybody plant-based or vegan out to dinner. And they're going to tolerate you eating meat in front of them. Be prepared to be eating a plate and a half of food and order accordingly. Picky vegans will not finish your plate. And you're going to be eating your food plus their food. So be aware of that. You can order smaller and just try some of their plate. It's a stretch. But it's a cheaper deal. And it's a little bit, it's sharing, it's intimate. Promotes closeness. Those things. Me, I'm always starting in the dirt rooms. Apprentice hates dirt rooms. I don't know how I ended up with this job. I do. Well cooked, well seasoned. So they'd have that normal, like, earthy taste that mushrooms have. And because they're like a grilled slash boiled, it tastes like. It's a little smoky, but they are like boiled. They're going to be a little on the rubbery in the bite. If you don't like rubbery mushrooms, you might have a problem with that. The flavors aren't bad. It goes well, I think, in the whole plate. Probably, if it was me eating the plate, I'd probably end up mixing some. I know some people have some issues like touching, but I can see mixing like the mushroom walt with some of the green stew on the injera, and probably like mellow all of those flavors out a little bit more, make it a little bit more enjoyable. As is though, I'm giving a 3 out of 5 plus.
Nextly, we have this beautiful salad. I'm not going to put injera in this. Now, if we were at an Ethiopian restaurant, usually they do these salads with injera in them. And that is a beautiful thing. You should definitely try one of those. It tastes like the foundation of one of those salads that we get at like Nile restaurant, where they do put the injera in the salad. That's all it's missing. So really, if you want to do this right, take some of the injera, tear it up, throw it in the salad, and you'll have a good time. On its own, I'm gonna give it like a 3.5 out of 5 tomatoes, but with injera in it, I promise you it's a 5 out of 5.
This as it is without the injera is basically, what do they call it? Tomato fit. I believe it's called. If you ever do want to try an authentic Ethiopian here in Orlando, and you're willing to make like a 15-20 minute drive, we recommend Nile Ethiopian on International Drive. It's across from the old fun spot. Do tell them we sent you. And be nice, because we love them there, and they love us. But we do love this tomato salad. Depending on where you go, sometimes it's a little bit spicy, but I imagine this is built for most palates. Very like citrusy. It's a nice like liquidy salad. It always is liquidy, but it's got a nice flavor to it, nice and bright. Works well as an appetizer. Again, don't be afraid to mix things. There are no rules here. Eat your food how you want to eat your food. Mix a little bit of this, a little bit of that, dive in there. This 4 out of 5 plus.
When you're in the Middle East and Africa, a lot of your foods may be somewhat similar. I will say that there is absolutely a Persian salad that is very much like that. The only difference is you either put cucumber or you put avocado. It's literally the same thing. We all love these delicious flavors, so don't be afraid to try new flavors. You never know what you might end up liking, and the salads are super healthy. Just try it. It's like tabbouleh, but better. This is one of our seasonal items here. It's a fig. Now, I guess I should give a little bit of a trigger warning here, because I do know that there are vegans out there that do not think that fig is vegan. It's one of those gray area items, mostly because I forgot what it was.
Is this the one where like the bug?
Is it mosquito? Yeah, it's a mosquito or a wasp. I can't remember. It's a bug that usually will go into the fig and get the nutrients and then plant its eggs, I think, and then the eggs come out, and like it's all part of the process of the fig. Like it's built for that. It doesn't contaminate it or anything like that. But when you pick figs, you can disrupt that process, and you know, it's a vegan issue. So if you are one of those vegans that doesn't eat fig, skip. We have chapters. Just skip to the next chapter. Cheers to the vegans that do eat fig. How do you eat this, by the way? Do you just eat it? Oh. It's almost like eating a plum, but not as sweet. That's really interesting. I don't know if I would proactively get fig. I think I'd rather eat a plum, but definitely interesting. I don't even know how to describe the flavor. It's just very seedy, but like less tart. Like a mellow tart from a plum with a lot more seeds in it. Like pomegranate level seeds. 3 out of 5 figs.
Fig isn't something I come across very often. I'm always one of those people, if you've had fig and things before, you've had some sort of ingredient, you should try it how it naturally comes. Every now and again. You don't know where your food comes from. I look at these, and honestly, I just think of it as like the unevolved form of Fig Newton. Mostly because I'm a nerd. How bad could it be? I actually quite like that. That's rather pleasant. Like I could have that with like some tea. Honestly, like tea and figs. Like a nice. If I was into that thing, nice like little setting. There's like tea and a biscuit, tea and a crumpet, tea and figs. It's very light in that way. Texture is a bit different, so if you have an issue with textures, I would watch out. Well, as it is, I think it's pretty tasty. 3.5 out of 5 claws. I would eat those again.
Lastly, we have this beautiful harissa sauce in rose water. I'm just gonna do a hot ones challenge right here. This is a bad idea. The waiter warned me not to do this. He said, slowly add the spice to your food and figure out what kind of taste you want, and then get funky with it. I'm just gonna. Ooh. Okay. Ooh. It's like a harissa paste. You could definitely taste the rose water. It starts as like a 2 out of 10 on the heat scale, and it goes to like an 8. My eyes are watering. I feel it like in the back of the throat. It's a nice like slow moving burn. I'm definitely gonna have a tear strum down my eye here in a minute. I can feel it on this side. Really good. I want that on the mushrooms. I think I'll like the mushrooms more. Actually, I just want it on everything. It'll be good on the stew. It'll be good on the lentils. It'll be great on the mushrooms. Harissa is where it's at. 5 out of 5. This is the adventurous spice that you need in your life, and the spice is already gone. So it's just enough to give you like a sampling, which is why I understand why our waiter said what he said. It doesn't matter like what your palate is in regards to spices. You can customize this harissa based on how like little or like a lot of it that you put on to determine like a mild to spicy flavor. It'll definitely work across the board. What's a 5 out of 5 harissas for me? Mixing it in rose water is the way to go. I'm not just saying that because I'm Persian and we love rose water.
So basically, the princess is making me take a South African last dab. I fear not. I've had dried scorpion pepper and therefore
Ghost pepper.
dried reaper. Actually.
Oh yeah, reaper.
Nothing will ever be as bad as that. Ooh. Okay. Ooh. That initial punch of flavor. The spice comes along with it. Spice is like hitching a ride on the flavor. I get where Apprentice comes from. It starts off at like a 2 and then slowly rise, especially if you get some seeds in a bite. Seeds are the spiciest part, and there are definitely some seeds in there. So it starts kicking back. It's like think about watching a train about to hit a car on the tracks in slow motion. And that's how the spice sort of creeps. And once it gets to the back, you're probably going to be in trouble. I would agree that it starts at a 2. For me, and understand that I'm a bit spice biased when it comes to spice head. I would say it ends somewhere like a 6.5, 7 out of 10 on the spice scale. It's got a very nice heat to it. I think it would pair with a lot of dishes. I would like that on the side of almost anything I eat here, not just the food that we have today. It still doesn't hold a candle to the peri-peri sauce you can get off menu at Sanaa, but it's still pretty good. 4.5 out of 5 plus.
This is the stew with the harissa.
My princess is trying to feed me her food. I said vegans are always trying to stuff their vegan food down your throat. This time it's willingly. When she put an even bigger dose of the harissa than I had on the spoon, I assume in order to attempt to assassinate me, what she didn't account for is the curry actually mellows out the harissa, so it's not even half as spicy as what I ate before. But it adds a lot of flavor to the stew. I definitely think that's the way to go. So here we have the holiday feast here at Jiko. And the holiday feast is a limited time meal that lasts from the 24th. It started through the 30th?
I think 29th or 30th.
29th, 30th. Well, this is a week long. It's long as you get most holiday meals around here, but it's nice to see Jiko doing their own holiday feast sort of style. Each restaurant does their own. You saw that we got one at Toledo that was like a turkey dinner style. This is South African, so you have like some potato wedges, some green beans with some ground nuts, some halcyon verts, and then a bone-in ribeye chopped up, displayed out for you to eat. Now, normally I start with the main course. This time I'm going to start with the sides. Let's try some of these green beans first. You know, I have mixed feelings about green beans. I really don't like the princesses. Anything else is sort of an insult to me. I don't like green beans. I love most vegetables. There are 3 that I just cannot stand, and this is usually one of them. But the nuts add a nice crunch to it, and a nice like earthy flavor to what would normally be just like a bubbly green thing. It's actually not bad. I would give that a 2.5 out of 5 plus. I'm not going to order green beans willingly, but I'm not mad at those. Then we have the side of a well-seasoned, well-roasted potato. And the little red wine reduction we have here. We know the princess loves red wine reductions. Me, I never really been sold. It's just wine on my plate as a sauce.
I love wine.
Ooh. That is a perfectly roasted potato. That nice roasted outside, nice soft inside. You don't even need to eat it and gum it to death. Got a nice flavor to it. Makes a nice side, especially if you're a meat and potatoes person. Even here at Disney, even if you want to expand your palate, you can get meat and potatoes dishes in different countries. That's one of these. I give the potato 3.5 out of 5 plus. And then we have like these halcyon versus like a cabbage style vegetable over here. Nice and crunchy. Get a fork full of that. Probably not halcyon, it's like halverts. And I'm probably messing up the name again. I'm sure you guys will see the princess diligently label every food item in every one of our videos. Nice and smoky grill, a little bit tart, like earthy. It's good though. It's probably my favorite one so far. Look at that, 4 out of 5 plus. Last up, we have the ribeye. Prepared medium rare. Obviously, if I ordered anything other than medium rare, you steak people would come for me. I am not a huge steak person, but every now and again, to satisfy the community, I will order the steak dish. And if you guys are coming here during the holidays, I imagine this is what most of you are going to order. It's cooked medium rare perfectly, a nice color to it, nice and juicy, well seasoned on either side, nice sear to it. Let's see how this tastes. Nice flavor, goes on well. Outside is well seared and well seasoned. It's a little fatty, but the fatty kind of adds to the flavor. If you like a more fatty cut, it's definitely for you. If you like your steak more lean, you're probably gonna have an issue with this one. But the seasons are on point. They match well with most of the plate. It feels very complementary to each other. And all in all, I think you're gonna leave happy if you like steak. It's not steakhouse level, but it's a very unique flavored and presented dish for you steak aficionados. I would give it a solid 3.75 out of 5 plus. With a slight bias built in because, again, I'm not a steak person. Here we have our little afternoon treats. Some pressed pineapple gummies. Fresh pressed pineapple gummies. A very strong natural pineapple taste. Or that syrupy Hasbro gummy type flavor. Actual gummy. Obviously not vegan, but nice afternoon palate cleanser. A little bit of sweet. Who needs dessert? I got pineapple gummies. 4.5 out of 5 plus. So now we come to the real reason the princess wanted to come here. She just wanted to spend more quality time with the ginger giraffe.
I do love the ginger giraffe, and I do love Jambo House. I did not enjoy my Jiko experience as much as I usually do. I thought it was kind of meh.
Really?
Yeah, but the food was amazing. I think the service was just kind of lacking. So my experience wasn't as magical as it usually is, even though like we got everything, got all the things.
How does this rate though in your signature dining experiences?
I mean, Jiko is always gonna be my favorite, but as far as if I'm gonna just isolate this one experience and not take all of our experiences at Jiko, I would say that this specific experiences was below Flying Fish below California Grill, below Narcoossee's. Kind of like a mid-tier signature dining experience. But I mean, my menu was the same as it was when we came here 10 months ago. Bear is the one with the different menu and food.
Well, I definitely like to see the different holiday dinners. It's been nice to try those out this year. I do like the regular menu, I think, a little bit more than like the special holiday ones. Even here, the steak was interesting. I couldn't finish it.
It looked very pink to me, but I've never had
I'm
steak.
sure that you steak aficionados will call it perfect or quite near perfect for medium rare.
It's fatty.
But you guys let us know. You guys know steak. Most of you know steak better than we do.
Unless you're vegan.
Unless you're vegan, obviously. But it was a good meal, all in all. You always like an excuse to go back to Jiko, but we know what you guys think. Given what you've seen, would you come to Jiko for the holidays? Just for the holiday meal? Let us know in the comments below. If there's anything else you'd like to see us do, of course, that's always going to be a place to find us. Hit the notification bell if you want to see other videos like this, and
We have new videos 5 days a week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday. Woo. Be sure to subscribe
you heard the girl.
and comment. Otherwise, Bear's gonna eat himself into the animal enclosure and get kicked out or never come back or just abandon us completely.
I'm probably just going to try to ride the giraffe, but you heard the girl.